Hey there, guys, and welcome back. So, first thing of business, first matter of business, order of business, etc. As you can see, I still have the markers on the whiteboard. Unfortunately, I did get some cleaner. Cleaner did not take it off. So, next thing that will happen after this stream, well, probably after dinner, but I'll take this out back. I'll give it a light sanding until all the marker lines are gone, and then I'll recode it. This was left for 4 days, which is what the can said. The can said 4 days to cure. I gave it 4 days to cure. Still stuck, as you can see, and the marker cleaner is not doing anything. So, if I reapply the surface to this, I probably will wait 7 days this time just to give it extra time. So, you probably won't see this until next Saturday. So, with all that out of the way, that introduction out of the way, what we are doing today is I got this cable, and I talked about this a little bit on stream the other night. This cable is an HDMI to USB-C. I can plug it into the bottom of my phone and then plug the HDMI into a monitor. Any kind of monitor that accepts HDMI should work. And the plan with this is to hook it up to my phone and hook it up to a monitor so I can see what the heck I am recording, because very often I record with my cell phone and I can't see my cell phone screen if I'm recording with the backside of the cell phone because that's facing me. And what has happened in the past, well, over the past couple months, because I haven't been recording as many videos prior to that, you know, it was a rare thing for me to do a produced video. I kept on being, or not kept on, there were a couple times when I was out of frame. And that was really annoying because that means that the footage was playing not useful. And it's one of these things where I can sit here, just to clarify the issue, right? I can sit here and I can, let me grab marker. I can sit here at the start of the stream and I can go, okay, video camera seems to go to right here, draw a line. Okay, I might, you know, adjust the line until it's with the curvature of the screen because the camera is coming at an angle. Right down here is the bottom of the board. That's how I lined up the camera today. So one of those things, depending on how I line up the shot, I can go and get the area that the camera will recover, you know, in a 2D space. But as you can see, the second I start going up here, even though I'm still to the left of this line right here, my hand has gone off screen. And it gets worse, you know, the further up I go. So if I am playing with this cable here, talking about it, as you can see, the cable keeps on going out of screen, and you know, I might do something like this, which doesn't seem like I'm moving it that far to myself in 3D, but according to the camera, it is no longer visible. This is not a problem when I'm recording locally because I have my computer monitor right there, but when I'm recording with my phone, I can't tell exactly where I am relative to the camera, so that's a bit of a problem. And that is why we were putting this together. So, and again, got to make sure that I erase that sooner rather than later, because evidently, if I leave it on for any amount of time, it gets stuck. What I want to do here, my basic game plan is, and actually, well, I guess I won't bother pulling up pictures. So, my phone, I'm going to just use one of these holders like I normally do for my phone. I have a third one that is at work right now, but this is the general idea. They're just clamp holders. Just holds the phone in a certain orientation. This guy's a little stiff, evidently, which is interesting because I seem to recall this one working just fine last time I used it, and I do not use it often. Regardless, point being, very simple holders. They have GoPro mounts is how I've been mounting them. So we'll probably keep with GoPro mount style. And those will go onto whatever. Now here, what's holding my webcam right now, and what has held my phone, which is why these are here, is a lift pod. And that's why this has this base on it, because this dovetail base type thing fits into a lift pod. I probably will be replacing the lift pod with something else, so we will not design specifically for this dovetail thing. What I probably will do is, I know that my tripod that I'm using at work, when I record at work with my cell phone, has a 1/4 inch bolt. Actually, I'm 90% sure it's 1/4 inch. 90% sure it's 1/4 inch at any rate. It might not be, but I'm pretty sure it's 1/4 inch bolt that I attached to. So I want to be able to mount to that. And I plan on doing this all. You know what? Let me switch because I'm going to be overwriting the marker that will not go away for this stream. I'm going to just switch colors to make it easier to differentiate. But my game plan is we're going to have the mount down here. Okay. And then we're going to have the GoPro mount right here for the camera. So that will accept whatever. Maybe not set back from this edge. Maybe right on the edge. Which I guess I'll fix. So probably right on the edge. Just that way, if I need to position the camera like so, it's not that big of a deal. You know, this edge doesn't get in the way. It has clearance. And then on the back side here, one of these deals where, so with the tripod mount, it has a tilting bed right here. So I probably won't need to tilt the camera at all. Chances are this will just tilt up. So if I erase this, this base will end up like this. There's the GoPro mount again, just because everything I have right now is with a GoPro mount. And then there is the tripod mount right there. Tripod. So there's that. Back here though, this will definitely need to pivot in order to stay upright, because no matter how the camera's looking, it seems to me that the monitor holder, whatever this is, should always be looking upright. Additionally, I would like to design this so that it pivots around this axis. That way, if I'm not, you know, if I'm recording something here and I'm standing over here, I can still see the monitor. So this is going to pivot. This is going to pivot. And that should be everything. This can be fixed. Technically, it will be able to pivot because it's a GoPro mount. But those are the things we need to design for the stream. And I think that's all the introduction out of the way. So let me swap over to... Oh, actually, one more thing. Take it back. The monitors that I was looking at, the small 7-inch monitors. 7-inch. Like that. And then they have mounting tabs up here and at the bottom as well. So they get mounted in this orientation, in this, with the setup, this mounting arrangement here. That's what we'll be designing. I don't have one of these yet. I didn't decide on buying one of them yet. But all the ones that I were looking at that I figured were good enough, this is their mounting pattern. There were some other ones that I saw that were bottom mounted, but we're going to design for this today. If something changes, something changes. And once I get one of these monitors, I should be able to just come back in here and adjust these sizes appropriately, right? Get this spacing just tweaked out a little bit, and it should be no big deal. So that is everything. We will, well, let me hit this before it stains again. And then we'll hop into Fusion. Fusion. All right. So, not bolts and nuts, down to miscellaneous. And this is phone monitor mount is what I'm going to call it. Actually, do I have a cell phone mount in here? Cell phone? Do not see one. No. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be where it is. Camera? Do I have camera? Nope. Okay. That's that. That's fine. I don't need any more. So, new component. We're going to make the monitor first. We don't have to model the cell phone because the cell phone has its zoom mount designed already, so that's no big deal. Monitor. Let's grab some parameters. Monitor. mount X spacing. And I'm just going to call it, well, I'm going to leave this as millimeters here, but I'm going to call it 7-inch. Actually, hold on. Quick maths. It's 7 inches across. That's my triangle. Triangle 90 degrees, 7 inches across. That ends up being... Go on the internet and find a calculator. I don't want to do math on stream. Triangle calculator. Here we go. Triangle. 90 degrees. Leave that blank. These are going to be 45s on the other angle. And this is going to be 7 right there. And calculate. Alright. About 5 inches. About 5 inches. 4.95 is what I'm getting. We're going to call it 5 inches. I don't think I need to get more complicated than that. I don't think I need to get specific because I'm just going to fill them in later. 5 inches. Oh, actually, this is... Alright, so that's, yeah. This is going to be wrong. I just realized because I just said 45 on each of the other angles. That is not correct. Yeah, you know what? We are going to... I think I'm going to do 60-30 on the angles and see what that comes out to. Is what I'm going to do. And just use that for right now. Let's come back here. This is going to be 30, and that's going to be 60. And our new numbers are 6 and 3.5. 6. New parameter. Monitor mount Y spacing. 3.5 inch. Change that to inch. Alright. I want it in, actually. Yeah, I guess I'll do it from the front. I wasn't sure whether it really made sense, but I guess we can do it from the front. Oh, actually. And I realize that's the Z-axis. Let's not worry about that. Nobody really cares. And also, obviously, this is going corner to corner. Yeah, I guess I'll fix it now. I guess it makes sense to fix it now. So, let's do this. These are not going to be accurate, but they're going to be good enough. Actually, yeah, I should just do this. Just design one and then mirror the other ones across. Oh, actually, yeah. We're fine. We're fine. We're going to assume this is going to be something really small, like 1 millimeter. And let's see. Do I still have that other window open? I do. Let's see, does it say mounting? Mounting holes. Googling, or checking Amazon rather. Alright, so on the one I have up, that I pulled up, I do not see anything about mounting. Let's try another one really quick. I would like to at the very least know what bolts are needed. What the bolt holes are. Alright, not useful. Okay. Alright, I guess I am going to assume, let's look at the picture. I'm going to assume those are probably not, definitely look bigger. Well, it's 7 inches, right? I guess they could be M3s, I guess. I guess they could be M3s. I'm gonna guess M4s for right now. Again, we can fix that later. Four. Do this. And looking at that picture, how much clearance they got on the bottom. Honestly, it looks like they might have 3 on the bottom, but the rest of it looks like it could be 2 actually. 2 or 3 even, but tangent. Again, all this will get fixed later on when I actually get a screen. That divided by 2 plus 3. Alright. And then this distance, not that distance, this distance here is going to be x spacing divided by 2. And I guess I will mirror this now for the y. Let's delete that. Centered. There we go. And now we try that again. Okay, and we can just do this for the Y mounting. Y spacing. There we go. Finish, extrude. The thickness also does not necessarily matter, so what does matter is that I can actually select it. Thank you, Fusion. So let's just call this like 6 millimeters. And then we'll do 2 millimeters on the backside. Or actually, you know what? Do it this way. Two-sided. Two and 6. Okay, and then I can toss these in. One of those things. Probably not accurate, but does not necessarily matter. To object, there we go. And then mirror that. Alright, there we go. Now everything else is freeform. So new component, stand, and then new component, base, and this is 1/4 inch, like I said. And as I also said, everything else just kind of goes by the feeling. So I guess it would be good to know what the base is on my tripod, but we don't have that information right now, so I'm going to assume it's like 3 by 2 inches. So that's our minimum size right there. We can obviously go over. Hit this. And whoops, actually put this here. Try to avoid the sketch center point because sketch center point always screws things up. Mounting hole size. Now we can toss that on there and extrude that out. And the stud. The stud in the, what you call it? I want to say on the tripod, the stud is, I'm going to say, half an inch. I don't think it's bigger than half an inch. So we're going to make this half an inch here. Actually, I guess we'll make it just an inch and I'll just extrude out the whole half an inch. That's probably, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, probably thicker than it needs to be. Let's go like 12 millimeters. We'll just make it half an inch. And I'll probably go ahead and leave the hole all the way through there. We're probably, yeah. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do that because I'm half tempted to do a threaded insert, but I don't have any Imperial threaded inserts. So we're going to have to go back to 1/4 inch nuts. Do I have those recorded in the computer? I do not. So let's do that really quick. I should have one of those sitting around. 1 second. Let's see. Since I design stuff for work, I have a bag of the hardware that we have available at work. That way I know what I can and cannot use without, you know, having to go out and buy stuff. And in that bag I have a 1/4 inch nut. So we've got 11 millimeters across. Parameters. Nuts, not. Yeah, I guess I just do this. Change this to inches, 1/4. I forget what, actually I should look that up. How do I normally name that parameter on the nuts? Because I know I call it bolt when I'm doing bolts, but okay, nut size. Cool. Parameter, nut size was correct. Nut width. Cross flats, and that was 11 millimeters on the nose, and nut thickness, and that is 5.6 millimeters or 7/32 of an inch. I guess I'll go with the 7/32 of an inch since this is an Imperial. 7/32, an Imperial nut to begin with. Makes sense. And that should be everything. Base feature, sketch, base, hex, whoops, polygon, not hex. Doesn't matter. There we go, across flats, width, toss our circle in there. Size, nut thickness, nuts are easy, threads, there we go. They can be modeled. We want them in ISO though. I mean, not ISO. Where's it at? ANSI. There we go. 1/4 inch ANSI. And yeah, it should just be the base UNC, I'm pretty sure. Just leave it as is. Probably does not matter. And then if we want, nah, doesn't look like I made any of the other ones look fancy, so I'll leave off chamfering the edges and whatnot. Just make it chrome or zinc. I can't remember what's in here. I'm pretty sure it's chrome is in. Oh, that's right. I do stainless steel on these. That's right. We do satin stainless steel. I wish, so they used to download all these appearances automatically. I wish they'd go back to doing that because, frankly, I don't particularly care. Okay, and now as it turns out, it does matter that my editable documents are full. Which one are we closing? I guess we'll do that one. Okay. And now we can save nuts and bolts. Actually, you can use backslashes in Fusion. 1/4 inch nut. And no need for that to be editable. Actually, I should be able to insert it from here, shouldn't I? Oh, but I just made it not editable. Good bunch of men. Okay. Insert. Proceed. Okay. Go away. Up to the end. And make sure we have access to that. We do. Oh, there it is. I thought I had it on my, whatchamacallit, on my quick access. Not with. There we go. Finish. Okay. And that should be everything for that. Now, let's see, where was I keeping those? Was that on desk? Just get a... Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's where that one is. But actually, miscellaneous should have my phone holders in there. Because I'm pretty sure that's where I put them for the printables. Yeah, I'm never gonna buy this, am I? Alright. Phone mount. I guess I'll go with this newish one. Oh, did I just... Yeah, I did. Okay, gotcha. So actually, I want the original sizes. Don't save. Close that, and let me get the original sizing for this. Sketch. Sketch. That's the mounting holes. There we go. That's what I want. Alright, so I've got an M5 running through here. Let's grab those then. Bolts and nuts. M5. Let's sort these by name. Huh. I don't have an M5 nut, huh? Okay, I guess we're making another one. Grab this guy, insert this guy in. Proceed. Okay. Turn you off. Let me hop in here really quick because I'm pretty sure, yeah. M5. Okay. And then I gotta grab an M5 bolt. Or nut, rather. And that's gonna be at the bottom of the pile. Ugh. I'm completing one project before I finish before I get to, rather, actually doing the bench for real. And then once the bench is done, all this will be cleaned up and organized as I had it before. And I will be able to grab this stuff in approximately a second and a half instead of having to dig through the pile to find it. I look forward to that. Are we serious? Am I out of M5 nuts in this box? Okay, where else do I have M5 nuts? Oh, derp. Derp. I should have an M5 nut on my yeah, right here. You remember when I just showed you those phone mounts that I'd be using with this? Those are GoPro mounts, which means that I have an M5 nut in those already. So, that makes my life a little bit easier. Oh, this is interesting. I just glanced over at the YouTube Studio preview monitor, and weirdly enough, it looks like you guys are way far behind, which normally does not happen. Normally, my delay is extremely low. Let me check the stream settings really quick. Excellent connection. Latency is on low, which is normal. I don't see a delay built in here. Huh, why are you guys so far behind? That is odd. Okay, well, I'm starting to get hot. Let me make sure these lights are off. All right, M5 bolt. $782. Change parameter. Oops, not this one. New file. Not sci5. Not width. 7.82. Cross flats. And thickness. 3 point. Let's try that again. 3.83. I'm gonna call that 3.85. Thickness 3.85. Okay. Base feature. Wait, that was not correct. Base feature. Threads. Metric. Okay, cool. We bounced back. Finish. Stainless. Ah, stop it. There we go. And come back here. Let finish saving. Insert. Yes, I'm okay with it breaking. Okay. Turn you off. Close that. Marcus read only. And back we go. And we will design this over here because I'm pretty sure it's long this way. The phone mount. So the GoPro mount is going to be over this side. This side is front, right? Yep. This side is front. Project that. M5. size. Let's get the M5 nut updated. Huh. Okay, that's funny. Oh, I guess I didn't update this one, did I? Nut size quarter. Okay, there we go. M5 nut width. Toss this in here to get our offset. 3. Oh, I only did 2 before. That's fine then. And this, how did I decide that? I guess I just arbitrarily decided that. Because in theory, the bottom of the GoPro mount. Huh. Maybe I was just giving myself 2mm of clearance below the GoPro mount. Because in theory, the bottom of the GoPro mount is also rounded. So there's not really a need to put clearance there. I guess I just did it because. So I guess I will just do it because again. Except for this time, to make it more obvious why that's like that, we're going to do that. 2mm. And then we can tangent, turn the body off so that I can see what I'm looking at. Tangent there. And the pivot point should be fine being tangent here, because the actual holder, whatever our holder ends up being, so just draw it in for the heck of it, should be like that. So even if it, you know, pivots all the way like this, right, it'll still be in front of, well, if it pivots all the way down, then maybe it's not actually in front of, but if I put clearance on the holders, which, yeah, it looks like I did. It looks like I do have clearance on the holders that I have printed out right now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're probably all right. I could change it to be the inner one here if I wanted to. The only reason not to is because for actually printing this, so if I go forward, tangent this, well, next thing I'm drawing in here is this line in order to start extruding this feature. And that's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad overhang, admittedly. Although, actually, point being, again, this is going onto my tripod, and my tripod's going to be the thing tilting. So it doesn't actually need, the camera does not actually need to be pointed straight down on this hinge. So, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and leave it like that. Toss this line in, as I was discussing earlier. And on the other mounts that I have, I like doing a little bit of back off. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's for looks, right? So adding this in here like this, I guess is an aesthetic thing. I don't know. I mean, it gives it more contact area, but we're printing in this orientation anyway. So if it's going to split, it's going to split along the layer lines anyway. And this is not really going to help much because the layer's still going to delaminate, even, you know, regardless of how long it is. So I think for this one, I am going to go ahead and make it perpendicular. Long story short. And I think I am happy with that. I am not happy with that. Shoot. Okay, I just realized I made a mistake here. Sketch is in the wrong place. And I don't particularly like having this in my history. Assuming it even lets me. Oh, okay. Cool. I was expecting to have a move feature thing in my history, but looks like I did not. So, saved. Bodies, sketch, extrude that. And as I recall, actually I don't wrong. I was going to say, as I recall, the base is always in the center, so I'm good extruding this here. It looks like 3 millimeters, though, is the number that I really needed. So 3 millimeter spacing on these is what I'm looking for. Symmetric, overall, 3 millimeters. Okay. And then... yeah, I guess I'll do a pattern. I guess that makes sense. Pattern along that. Oh, that one. There we go. Symmetric spacing, 3 millimeters times 2 because we need the space in between, and there we go. Then we just have to do the nut capture, which is that, and you need to get out of my way. From object, M5 nut, thickness, go. And then I'm gonna fillet this guy and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so that's where we're at. This overhang here, let's see if we can't fix that with a draft. Make our lives easy. Alternative was to... Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's not get fancy here. Let's just extrude it all. Makes sense. From object, M5 nut, thickness. Okay, there we go. No need to get fancy. Yeah, okay. We're just going to adjust this. Change that guy to perpendicular. There we go. For better printing. And that is the GoPro mount. So, next up, we need the camera mount. So, probably going to put the hinge down here. Leave the hinge down here and then have the extended piece up here. Do we want to use something other than plastic for the extended piece is the first question. What material do we want the monitor mount to be attached to? I personally have it available to me 1/8 inch flat stock, steel flat stock, which is useful because that is plenty stiff enough. Also have 2020 extrusion. The 1/8 inch flat stock, I should have said, though, is not available to many other people, so that makes this less useful. There's also, I use oftentimes, ow, this 1/2 inch conduit. I've used this in a variety of projects. I'm just, right, it's 1/2 inch on the inside, right? Huh. Is this not 1/2 inch conduit that I have sitting here? Is this 3/4 inch? This might be 3/4 inch conduit that I have sitting here. Which doesn't make sense because I didn't think they sold that at the big box store. Let's do a quick Google search. Box store. EMT conduit, load page. Thank you. Stop. I don't want you to know my location. Oh, okay. It is 3/4 inch conduit. I know I've bought 1/2 inch before, but evidently what I have here at home next to my desk is 3/4 inch. But we could go with the 1/4 inch conduit. It is extremely cheap. It's just one of those things. If you don't use it all, it costs extra money because you haven't used it all. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn my fan on because it is getting awfully warm in my room. The weather outside today is a lot cooler than it was yesterday, fortunately, but room is still getting warm regardless. So, do I want to go with plastic or do I want to go with some harder material? The fact of the matter is that the joint is probably going to be the weakest spot. So unless I also swap the joint out to something non-plastic, we're probably no sense not to, or to swap to something else. The one thing I should say is that I do have to clear the full height of the phone, which now has me double thinking the previous statement I just made. So since I do have to clear the full height of the phone and extend this all the way up here like this, maybe we do want to go with a different material. The other nice thing about using the conduit is that the top part, the part that I want to swivel on, to swivel in the XY coordinate as we are looking at it, that will very easily swivel around the half-inch conduit. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. So we will design for half-inch conduit then, and for the connector down here, how are we connecting to this? The half-inch conduit is going to have a little bucket it sits in, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm going to design it. And then the bucket is going to be on some kind of hinge. I kind of want a hinge that's easier to lock. And because this is not the camera, it doesn't necessarily need to be precisely positioned. The monitor can be, so for example, let's do this and pretend that this is facing, oops, that's not how far I wanted to go. Can I just drag this? All right. Trying to think of a good way of demonstrating this, but I'm not getting there. So, actually, you know what? I wonder. Let's build joint that. Revolve. Can I get this? Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. And then revolve around there. Do that, do that. Which axis? There we go. So, for demonstration purposes, if this is like this, okay. Capture, draw my sketch. There we go. The monitor, it's nice if it can be standing straight up and down like that, but if it's instead standing, you know, a little bit back or a little bit forward, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter. I can still see it and still get an idea of whether or not the shot's still in frame. So it doesn't have to lock into exact coordinates. So we can design it to be a little bit, undo as built. All right, there we go. We can design it to have actual locking positions in it. Okay. I think I cleared everything out of my consciousness that I wanted to get cleared. So let's go ahead and design it the same way we did the GoPro mount, where we come over here, project this, toss a bolt, and I guess I will continue to use M5 bolts here. M5, because they're already in the design. M5 size. There we go. We had 2mm over there, so I'm going to just assume that, actually, you know what? I'm going to make this bigger because I want more area for it to interface with in order to lock it in position. That is the idea. And then clearance. Do we really need any clearance? I will think about it. No, M5 nut width. I mean, it's one of those things. I've already accommodated it on the other side. May as well just continue to accommodate. Tangent here. Tangent here for the heck of it. Plus our line up. Plus our line down. Extrude. And this one is going to be a block in the middle. And then just two ends. Unlike the GoPro, which has these little fins that fit in here. I'm just going to do a block instead. Offset. Offset is what I'm looking for. And for the thickness of that block, I guess I'll do like, make it a little chunky, make it like, actually, so I was thinking the EMT could sit just above it, so we can make the bucket up here and just connect to it. But I'm probably better off letting it come down, although it still has to be above the bolt anyway, otherwise it would not work. So, at least not the way I'm designing it. So, since the bucket has to be above the bolt anyway, nah, I'm still gonna make this 12 millimeters. Well, yeah, let's just be safe. Let's just be safe. So, offset minus 6 millimeters. Or actually, yeah, we'll go that side first. I was going to put the nut on that side as well. But we're going to extrude that as a separate feature anyway. So, the 3 millimeters is probably accurate enough. It's probably thick enough. Let's go forward. No. 3. We're going to keep with 3. And the reason we're keeping with 3 millimeters here is because I want the plastic to flex in. That is the concept here. So 3 is definitely a lot more flexible than 4 in my experience. I'm just thinking change that to 7. Mirror feature across the center. And that was evidently not the right one. There we go. And now come back here. There we go. And where do we want the little locking fins that I'm thinking about to be? I think I want them. Yeah, I guess I'll put them on these guys. Yeah, that's fine. So, I'm gonna do a new sketch for this one. Could probably stick it in with the other sketch, but single object, single purpose. What do I want to snag? I guess I want to snag. Yeah, we'll just do the face. That's fine. Body, go away. And now we need to put in fins for it to lock into. And I guess I will do this, toss another circle in here to attach to, and let's do like 15 degrees. We can do 20 degrees. 20 degrees is fine. Extrude this out from object minus how thick do we want these? I guess 2. Nah, 2 seems too big. 1 okay. All right. And then my idea here was to draft these or chamfer them. Either one should work. This one's a little easier to visualize. We do 2 distances. And we go... I made this 1mm, right? Yeah, 1mm. Oh, actually, you know what? Chamfer... Yeah. Probably better to do draft. Draft, and it's always opposite of what I think it is, so I think I need to do here. Let's see if I'm right today. Nope, not right. Here. Oh no. Draft here. Huh, okay, so I guess I'm gonna run into this problem one way or another. So this is what I was thinking about, okay. How am I gonna do this then? See, this is why I wasn't doing chamfer, because I saw chamfer was gonna run into the same problem. So let's just really quick do that. 2 distances. Yeah, that. Yeah, I saw I was gonna get stuck over here, is what I was looking at. Alternative theory. I guess I could try lofting instead. Is that what we want to do? Do we want to try lofting instead? Yeah, let's see what it looks like. Access through here. Pretty sure this is what I'm gonna have to do in order to get this up and running. Clean that angle. 90 degrees. Intersect this. If I intersect the body. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Body. And then toss this in here. 1mm. 1mm, thank you. Finish. Plane at angle 20. 90 minus 20, which would be 70. Intersect. Is this gonna work? I don't think it is. I actually don't think this method's gonna work. Nothing to it but to do it, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting the whole entire profile there. So the only alternative would be to do that, which does not work. I guess the other alternative, actually, I can come back here. And do this. Give myself a very small profile. Finish. Loft. There too. there. Join. I mean, that's more or less what I wanted. Now, the only question that is left to be determined is how badly this foobar is here. 20 divided by 360 is 13 or something like that. $13 does not look right, but 26? Nope, not 26. Back later. 360 divided by 20. 18. Math. Okay. So, I mean, it's a thing. We can fix this. The nice thing about this is that I have this at 1mm, but I probably want to shrink it down a little bit. And loft, new body. Okay. And then hide the first one. That one. Oh, that's right. Circle is not going to... Yeah, circle is not going to join them. So... Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so maybe we don't do that then. Instead, we'll come back over here, grab that sketch. Distance to object that. Oh, that's right. I need everything outside of it. That's right. So actually I need that line. So let's come back to here, not here. I guess come back to here. Make that solid. And that should encompass everything, right? So there, distance to distance to object. There. Huh. So it does stick out past that. Oh, I guess because the bottom one. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Gotcha. In that case, I'm gonna turn that back like that. Let's draw one of these in here at 100. Finish. Oh, but I can't do the base. Better fix that. Drop this down to 50. And then draw this line across here. There we go. And try that again. And here we are. Try this, see how well this mirrors. I don't know that I got the right one there. And let's go identical so we don't wipe out the backside. Hopefully. Okay, cool. And they line up. I think they line up. Looks like they line up. All right, cool. So now we got these little teeth to stop it from drifting in theory. So we can move on to the actual stand for the half inch. New component. Conduit. base holder. And let's get the music started up again. Alright. Alright, and let's see. Start another, or let me turn this off really quick. There we go, got the axis. Start another sketch, grab the center hole there. And we'll also grab, I guess I'll just use that circle for my outside. So I guess I won't. Do I want to do that first? Grab that and that one, because that other circle, the dotted circle, was my clearance. That wouldn't make it very much sense. Alright, I'm gonna back up a second. Was a little bit stupid here. Shouldn't have put that in the delete. Should have put that in the stand. There we go. Conduit holder. Conduit base holder. And try that again. Project, sketches. That guy and that guy. Now we can turn this stuff off. Want that one to be solid. And then we can make that guy, yeah, that guy can also be solid. That's fine. And 1 second. All right, sorry for the interruption, and let's get back to this. So, the conduit holder is going to be up here. Probably, I'm trying to decide how I want to design that. Probably just worry about it later. Probably just start off with this. Turn this back on and go between these two. Or actually, I should do it the other way because Fusion wants to do it the other way. Based on this sketch. Start out with this. Combine these. Cut, keep tools. Now we've got a matching pattern on the inside. So I don't know that I necessarily need to offset these faces for printing purposes. I do know that this is going to be a pain in the butt to print, but that isn't other matter. Let's back up a second because this is going to be a pain in the butt to print. Toss ourselves in a flat bottom to print off of. Center, there it is. Tangent, tangent. And finish. Do that. Okay. Alright. Never mind. Maybe. No, I was right the first time. There we go. Distance to Actually, there we go. That's what I should do. We're gonna extrude these out separately and then join them. So I'm gonna have two bodies for a half a second here and then join it afterwards. And I'm doing that just to attempt new body. Okay. Attempt not to interfere with anything here. Actually, you know what? Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Because I kind of wanted to put an offset in here to make sure it didn't interfere with the teeth. Ah, there we go. That's not a great solution. Okay. Never mind. Let's go back to method number 1. And I kind of, so the only reason I didn't like method number 1 is these little corner pieces. We might just ignore them. Or I could... It's hard to say. Oh, I guess back to this one. Can we reuse this? Can I reuse this? Doesn't look like it now. Okay. Let's just do this then. Offset faces. Get them out of the way. Yeah, okay. That doesn't look like that will interfere. So, there's that. Next. The next thing I was thinking about is I normally don't use this tool. Back to offsets. So right now, the base is fitting in exactly with these teeth, which means that it can't rotate. I mean, it can rotate a little bit, but I'd prefer to clamp it with the bolt instead of, like, have extra space and clamp it with the bolt in order to lock it into place, as opposed to having to completely undo the bolt, like, so that it has extra space in between the bolt and the plastic, in order for the plastic to flex outwards as it's... you know what? I'm making this argument, and part of me wants to actually just do that, but we're going to go ahead and try this tool anyway. Again, I don't often use it, but the shrink tool, or resize, or scale, whatever the heck it's called. There we go. Scale. So we're going to click that guy. Okay, so point. Let me turn the base off. Let's turn this sketch off. Grab that. So it's automatically choosing this point, but it's choosing this weird angle is the only thing I'm concerned about. Maybe I can use this sketch point instead, and it will go perpendicular. No, why does it keep on going off on a tangent like that? Alright, well, anyway, non-uniform is what I'm looking for. Ah, there we go. That looks a lot better. Okay, cool. And this is the one that I want to shrink down, so minus 0.9. I don't want much, I just want enough. Or is it just 0.9? Let's take a look at the base. Okay, that's way too much. I still want some overlap. I just want not much overlap. Actually, you know what? Maybe I don't want any overlap. Maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe we want to be really close, but not quite overlapping. Okay, we're gonna try this. So this way, when the bolt gets tightened, it locks into those. It drags, it bends the plastic inwards. That was the idea. Again, technically speaking, without doing that scale down there, the plastic could flex outward so long as the bolt was not too tight. So, let's see. That is that. So now we just need the bucket to hold the EMT conduit. So I think I'm going to go, we can toss a tangent on here, right? Tangent, yes we can. And that is relative to, where's my origin? Turn the base off, turn the origin on. Relative to the origin, still in the correct direction. We don't have to put an angle. And let's build this bucket. Project the bottom is flat, so we can do that. The bottom's not that flat, but, or not that straight, but shouldn't necessarily matter. Toss a center point in here. This is going to be 0.5 inch. I will get the actual size of half-inch conduit because half-inch conduit is not actually half an inch. But that can happen later. There we go. And okay, that is going to interfere then with the teeth. Turns out, actually, it may not interfere with the teeth because this is based on the shrunk one. Let's do this really quick. We might be clearing. The idea being is that I've got to toss, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be clearing once I toss the border on. So we may actually have to loft up to this in that case. So let's back up a second. Control Z a bunch. Toss in our construct. And let's go up. Yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be much. Just enough to clear. So let's just call it 3 millimeters. Redo that, and then we'll loft up from there. Actually, let's do that sketch first. Base sketch first. So, there. Project the bottom. And then just toss. Let's say, since we know 12 millimeters isn't going to work, I'll just make it 10. Turn the body off. Turn the sketch plane off. There it is. Center that on there. There's the base of our loft. Go that one. That's the second one, yes. Project that guy to get a center. And now this is 0.5 inch. Concentric on the other one. And concentric on that one. And the wall will make like 4 millimeter wall to make it a bit thicker. And that should be everything. Everything else should be pretty straightforward. So, loft. Put the loft in. And then we should be able to extrude off that one to connect it. There, distance to object, not that one. One-sided, distance to object, that. Join. You're being difficult. Uh-huh. I'm gonna just do that for now. I don't like that, but it was being annoying, so rather than deal with it, we'll accept the situation we're in and move on. And then for... Stop it. There we go. For here, for the conduit holder, let's say... I'm gonna go at an inch. Is an inch too much? So if I bolt the conduit to this connector right here, just to make sure that it stays in place, I could use you know what? What size would I want to use? We've already got M5s in here and 1/4-inch nuts. I don't want to add too much different hardware, so I'd almost want it to be an M5. M5 is kind of big, but maybe it's not too big. Yeah, maybe it's not too big. Maybe we just go with another M5 in here. Yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable. Next question is this loft right here. Is that gonna print okay? It may not print okay. That may be too much of an angle. We can fix that though. We can fix that. Alright, point being though, is if I have an M5 bolt, where I was going with this, if I have an M5 bolt going through the side of this thing, then with a minimal 3mm wall thickness on each side, that's going to be about 11mm, right? Which is about 1/2 inch. So let's just call it 12mm. Next up, let's fix this one. We should be able to fix this one just by editing this plane, please. Are you going to let me edit feature? And let's go to 5 and see what that looks like. Toss a sketch in here really quick. Project this guy. Toss this in here. That and that, and it says that the overhang angle is 40 degrees, which is great. Oh no, wait, I did the wrong angle. We want this angle. Well, that's going to be like 50, right? Yeah, 46 is the complement. So 46 is definitely fine. Let's, however, come back here. Let's see whether I was overreacting. 3mm. There. And that is 60. Okay, you know what? I was overreacting. 60 is printable. I mean, it's a little over 60. All right, we'll compromise. I will accept a compromise here. We'll go to 4. That's well within the printable range. Next up, let us I guess I'm going to take a tangent plane here. And the next question is, does it matter which direction I toss this bolt? Tangent plane. Which side do I want this bolt coming through? I think we probably put it in line with the other one just to keep everything symmetrical. So let's turn this back on. Oh, I don't have a hex nut capture on the base yet. So I guess we'll do this guy. Okay, reference plane is the origin. There we go. Okay. We'll go with that. I'll fix the base in just a minute. Project that guy out. Toss in here. Toss a center in here. M5 size. Center it. Or actually, let me do the hex first. That way I can make sure I don't click on the sketch center. Stop it. M5 nut width. There we go. And you're going to want to be perpendicular to that guy. Go. And it looks... Oh, that's right. I haven't centered this yet. I was going to say, that doesn't make very much sense to me, but now it does. Cool. Okay. Anything else I need? I don't think... Oh, yes. Some walls. Because I don't think I'm going to countersink it. So we're going to have to add a little bit here. Yeah. I was a little concerned about that one. Let's see. So there's two questions to be asked here. One, do we really care? And two, do that, I guess. Just minimize it as best we can. Because we're going to have to draft it back, right? We're going to have to draft that edge back. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll be a little silly with this, I think. So let's come back to here. This guy. Draw this guy in here. This is... Well, let's get him on center first. That was 2 lines because, of course, it was. That centered on that. Delete that guy. Make that perpendicular. There we go. That is tangent. And this is M5 nut thickness. There we go. So we got this guy in here. Let's get this 4 millimeters out of the way. Actually, I can also do concentric, do this 3 millimeters here, just to save ourselves a little bit of space. Go tangent to that one instead, because 3 millimeters is what I would want there. And then turn that guy like that, toss a tangent line in there. That guy like that, toss a tangent line in there. Evidently, I'm really bad at doing tangents. And this is across flats. M5 nut width across flats. Okay. And then I'm gonna delete these 2 because I think these 2 are gonna break in just a second here, if I'm thinking of this correctly. I'm going to undo all this because this has to be selected first in Fusion in order to group all those profiles together. For some reason, Fusion does not let you group profiles in the second or subsequent profiles. As far as I can tell, I can't figure out any hotkey to make it work. So you got to do it first. All right, there we go. And then that and that. Okay. Now, back to my sketch here. Let's take a look. Project that out. Okay. Toss my line in here. I guess it's from that corner. Perpendicular. And our new angle is 65. So that needs to be bumped up again. Fusion, why do you not let me double click to edit these guys? 5. I was kind of guessing that was going to be alright, that the extra millimeter would make the difference, but I guess I'll double check. $59. Alright, so we're under 60, and 60 is printable, as I said, but. Actually, hold on. Here's another idea. Okay. Let's finish sketch. The other idea is to back up here. Huh. So we could drop this down a little bit, right? We could start lofting a little bit earlier in, technically speaking. You see how we're not quite to the edge here? We have some space before we hit the edge. And I guess that all that means, yeah, okay, all that means is that I can open this up. I was thinking we could put a plane lower down and then loft from inside of. So you know how I have this extrusion right here? Instead, we could go down 3 millimeters, put a plane, and then loft from that plane so we don't have this bottleneck right here. Yeah, you know what? I like that better. That way we get rid of an extra extrusion. Okay, let's try that. So we're going to back up here. Let us actually come back one more. There's my tangent plane. Drop that down. -3. We know -3 is fine. Come here. Stop. Redefine this one onto there. Okay, let's take a look at that sketch to make sure nothing's green. Stuff is green, in fact. So, we are going to delete all the green stuff. Turn the base off. Turn these guys off. Delete all the green stuff. And now that we're inside of this, we can actually intersect the body. And set that up that way. Finish. Go here. Now this should have, yeah, it still has reference to that. And now when we take a look at the loft, okay, we're coming through the side here, so that did not work. Unfortunately. We're coming too far out the side. Actually, hold on. Go down to 3. Nah, I guess that's gonna be what it is. Okay, never mind. I take back. Okay. It was an experiment. It was worth experimenting. Undo that guy. Alright, cool. So this is where we're at. And now, instead, I'm gonna up you to 12. 12 looks like it just barely works. Let's be a little bit safe and go like 11.9. Make sure that we're inside of those teeth. Finish. And now, $56, huh? I mean, it is sticking out a lot, to be fair. May just be where we're at right now. May not be fixable. May just have to cry about it. Okay, I'm done crying about it. Do that plane in, or actually, I have that plane? No, I don't have that plane. That's right. We deleted that plane. There we go. So that plane, toss our hex in there and the hole, and we'll be back to where we started. Turn the base off. Toss that in there. Grab my hex. M5 nut. M5 size. This guy wants to be perpendicular to that guy. And then we can center that up. And we don't need to worry about the wall thickness anymore, because we already took care of that. Although it occurs to me that it does not look like we did. But, you know, whatever. So the reason we did not is because I only did the wall thickness. I mean, I only did the nut thickness. I didn't do the wall thickness. So, minus M5 nut thickness. Okay, and distance all. Okay. So if we want to fix this, because that is ugly, we come back to this one. Plus 3 times 2. That is not the 2 button. There we go. And turn that back on. It is again overhanging terribly. I mean, we're pretty much square on here, so I don't think it changes anything really. So it does change a little bit. Okay, so we could change the angle we're attaching this to be out the front. We could then loft all the way from the bottom up to this guy. Yeah, that would work. We could do that. In which case, yeah, alright, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Okay. So we delete all this stuff. Delete that stuff. That is, that's gonna be needing to be fixed, but we're gonna start out with changing this sketch here. So that is going to be deleted there. We're gonna swing it down here and reapply it. Okay. And I think I'm gonna redo this loft to only be the circle. Okay. And we'll toss another one in. Do I have a bottom plane? I do not have a bottom plane. Toss one in here. Project out the bottom. We'll toss a square in here. Body square. I guess I shouldn't have done that, huh? Okay, do this, do that, do that. And then we grab the attempt to grab, or actually, you know what? Let's just declare a size here, 0.25. Because I'm not sure which of these little things, assumably this one is the furthest one in, and these guys get smaller as you go out. But just to be safe, we'll give ourselves a little bit of clearance here. So there's that. Was this even necessary is a good question. Might I be able to... Oh, I see. That's right. That's right. That's why I was doing it this way. I remember now. Okay. Let us... do that, do that, do that. Loft from here. That sketch. To there. Yeah, and that should be all we need. So, join. Okay. I see why, I see why. So, if I bring this, so these tangents, okay. Let us change this. This is no longer tangent. This is now collinear with that. Collinear with, that is not collinear. Collinear with that. Finish. All right. Huh. We're still a little big. So let us try to direction. Direction connected. Still overlapping the teeth a little bit. So 0.5. 0.5. Finish. Alright. Almost. 0.75. U be equal to that, so I can stop putting in numbers. I also could have centered it on it, but you know, not really necessary. I think I'm going to accept that right there. Okay. Now, if I come back here, change this to connected. Yeah, okay, no. Direction. There we go. That looks a lot better. Okay, and now the final thing that we need to do is come back to this guy and re-extrude that guy. Distance, all symmetrical. Okay. Alright, and now we can come back to this, fix that. Okay. And we can, not that one, probably drop this down. Or actually, I had this at 4 originally, right? Because the original one is the one I can keep with. Let's take a quick look. Object. Didn't need both of those, that's okay. That is 47. All right, cool. Yep. 4mm still work. However, I do have to fix this guy right here. As you can see, we are no longer, I'm not entirely sure why, but we're no longer fitting it back there. Come on, guys. Thank you. Let me try to object this again because it didn't make sense to me. What if I do that? Ah, there we go. That's why. I didn't quite get why it wouldn't let me do it before. That would explain it. It wasn't going tangent to faces. Okay. Okay. Now, finally, we were back to where we started. I shouldn't have done that. Never start a sketch on a face because it always screws everything up. And by always, I mean sometimes. But those sometimes are the times that matter. Body. Do. All right, there we go. Finally. All right. New component, M5 conduit, or not M5 conduit. Half-inch conduit. Just grab my sketch that I had before here. And let's see, let me take a look at this really quick. So I need to get my phone more or less starts, the bottom of my phone base more or less starts at the bottom of this. Pretty close, right? So if my phone is doing a vertical video with this for reasons, I can't give you any good reasons right now, but 6 inches, so we want to go like 7 inches to the bottom of the monitor minimum. and I am in conduit, so that is fine. I guess I'm gonna just call this chrome. I don't actually know what... I mean, it's steel, isn't it? Yeah, it's steel. I'm pretty sure it's steel. Is it galvanized? I think it is galvanized. It says galvanized small. Do we have another galvanized? I do not see another galvanized. So we're making a distinction here that... there it is. Steel galvanized large. Regardless, there we go. Shell, that guy, and... that guy. And... I'm gonna say that for right now. I actually don't know what it is. That'd be a 16th. Maybe it's 1/8 inch. It might be 1/8 inch. Okay. Actually, could it be 3/16? I don't think it's 3/16. No, that sounds way too big. 16th, 2/16 is an 1/8, 3/16. Could it be 3/16? No, 3/16 sounds too big to me. I definitely think so. Oh, but you know what? That's in millimeters, and I was looking at the screen. Yeah, okay. So maybe it's actually a 30 seconds. Sixteenths. 30 seconds would be 375? No, that's not right. What is it? Calculator. 130 seconds is 3125. 3125 inch. There we go. Think that looks correct. Okay. Yeah, and it's funny because it only needs to be that tall because my in the situations, I should say, it only needs to be that tall in the situations in which my phone is standing vertically and I am perfectly perpendicular. If the phone is going in either direction, if we're tilting, well, actually I can't tilt backwards, so I can't see the monitor. I guess the monitor caps out at this angle because the monitor otherwise would have to go forward, which it can't. So at that point, if I'm like filming the ceiling for some reason, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen, it only ever seems like I'm going to be filming down. So in the situation that we're filming down, then that rotates back, and the second the monitor starts rotating back, it starts clearing the top of the phone anyway. So this is the absolute tallest it needs to be, but in many situations where I'm filming downwards, this actually doesn't need to be nearly this tall. For the record. So, at that point, now we can start doing the monitor holder. Actually, you know what? What did I say the monitor was? The monitor height was? Take a look here. So, a little over 88. So, nearly 4 inches. Let's call it 4 inches. So I could actually make this 4 inches long, go the full height of the monitor, and then attach the monitor to that. That sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me. So, turn this guy off, come back to the EMT conduit, plus 4 inches. Okay, come on. 4 inches. Okay. And now I think I toss a tangent plane on that. Come in here, toss a tangent plane. It occurs to me I'm using tangent plane more than I thought I would, so let's go ahead and pin that. One of those things, all my presets, if you may recall, got wiped out for some reason. And when was that? 180, wrong number. I guess that was February February, all my presets got wiped out, so all my pin stuff, all my shortcuts here got wiped out. Turn the origin back off, and now we can do the mount. So, stand, new component. Actually, okay. It just occurred to me that I should not toss this on here. We're going to delete that because the mount should be designed stood off from the parts that are attaching it to the conduit. So, this is going to be monitor mount. Okay. And I can, however, do a top of conduit if I want to. There we go. And we can start designing from the top down. And before we get that started, I am going to BRB really quick because I'm pretty sure we can get this all done in one stream. I was planning on stopping at 6, but I kept on going at 6 because I'm pretty sure we're more or less done. So as soon as I get back from the BRB, where is that? There it is. We will go ahead and finish this up. We should be able to get it all done. All right, and we are back. Whoops, that is the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So, project out the fusion. Fusion respond, please. Thank you. Project out the conduit. Try to get that face. Top. Turn everything else off now. And the monitor as well. And we'll make this pretty thick. We'll make this, whoa, that is not what I was looking for. There we go. Make this pretty thick, as I was saying. Make it 4 millimeters. And the next question is, how exactly are we going about this? So basically, the one thing I'm trying to figure out, that I'm thinking about right now, is how do I keep my monitor from flying off the conduit if the conduit turns upside down for some reason. Seems like to me, I guess maybe I put an extra collar. So yeah, okay, we'll do that. Let's actually start with that in that case. Do I bother? I can do it on this sketch one way or another. Okay. So, one of those things, because this is only really needs to be pinned and doesn't need to be clamped down. So on the bottom of the conduit, right, we bolted all the way through and then we used a bolt in order to keep it in place. I don't really want to do the same thing up here, but I guess maybe I will. We'll design for it for right now. We'll design for that contingency. And I may change it in the future. So normally you would just use a set screw here because it's a collar, but the difference between having my monitor land on the floor and get destroyed because it's a cheap China model and not having that happen is kind of significant. So it may be better to actually bolt it through to make sure that doesn't happen. Because if the set screw comes loose and that thing ends up on the floor, I will be rather unhappy. Let's see, where are we in orientation to the base? That way. All our boats are already going the other way. I guess we just continue going the other way. So let's do this instead. So I'm going to tangent these guys this way. There we go. Grab this guy, drag him over here, make him tangent. Tangent to that. This is the countersink for our M5 bolt again. Nut thickness. M5 nut width. Toss this in here. Keep that perpendicular to that. Get this guy. Actually, you know what? We can do this. And then do that and quinky ink that, and we are all kosher. Did I even need this guy? I did not need this guy. That guy can be deleted because this guy just needs to be collinear. There we go. And then on the back side, that can just be tangent to that. Okay, so we'll do the collar first since we already designed it. Will we? I guess we will. And actually, this thing's going to be printed like this, so I don't even need this outside here. I guess. Yeah, I guess. Let me delete that, and we'll toss this line back in. And of course, Fusion is going to double line me because it hates me. Centered and perpendicular. There we go. Grab the EMT conduit. And again, monitor is in theory 4 inches tall, so I guess I will put this at, how thick do we want the bottom mount to be? I guess we'll put it, I kind of almost want to do like a full inch here, but maybe I don't. Maybe I do 20 millimeters. So we'll do -4 inches to get us to the bottom of the monitor. And then plus 20 millimeters to get us above the bottom mount. And it's one of these things. Do that, and then this technically can move. This actually will not be here in the future. It can move up and down to be adjust to exact height because it's separate from the rest of the monitor mount. We'll make it. Let's see. I guess we just make it. Nah. See, I could do 11 millimeters. We'll do 12 millimeters. That's fine. And this is going to be a new component. And this is going to be the monitor mount retainer. Go. And And let's go ahead and get that captured bolt in there. Project. You guys have seen me do this about 10 different times so far because I kept on redoing it, especially that perpendicular to that. Construction line, toss the, what you call it in, center point in. Go. Oh, actually, oh, that's what this is. That's right, that's right. M5 size. I was gonna say, why did I make this? I know why. Body minus nut thickness, 5 nut thickness. I wonder, can I just type in all? No, I can't. Okay. It'd be useful if you could. And the sketch is Y. Why is the sketch? Oh, did I not actually put the width in here? M5 nut width. There we go. And now I did see that I had neglected to do this. Not that sketch. My bad, my bad. This sketch right here. This is plus 3 times 2. And at that point, I see. Toss these guys in here. Finish. Fix that. Okay. All right, there we go. There's that collar. Boo, boo, boo. Turn that sketch back on. Only need this for the rest of it. Actually, do that. There we go. Where's the conduit? So I can see what I'm doing. So we'll make the top one 4 millimeters of thickness on the top. Minus 20 millimeters as we were discussing before. Join. And then I don't think I'm going to align the monitor in real time here. I think I'm going to actually just draw it out again. I think that's how I'm going to do this. The next question is, how exactly do we want to go about printing this? Because this is a little bit of an awkward shape to print, right? This cap and the bottom ring are going to want to honestly be printed separately. I guess that's all right. Actually, yeah, that is definitely all right. We can do that. Okay, cool. Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna delete these two and do them as a separate component. Okay. That 4 millimeters and that, not these guys. I don't know why I clicked these guys. There we go. 4 millimeters, new component. Minus 20. Join. And then, not that one. Go. Project that guy out. And we can toss our M4s with the hole mounting spacing. Monitor X spacing. Toss a line in here. Actually, let's make it a construction line. do there, make it perpendicular. Oh, I guess I make it parallel in that case because I do not have any other lines in just yet. Make that, attempt to make that construction line. There we go, that and that. Turn that guy off. Turn that sketch off. Center this guy up. Let's see, so I think I said 3s on these guys. I really should have made that a perimeter. There's my sketch. 4s, I made them 4s. Change parameter. Okay, yeah, I don't have one. Monitor mount hole is 4. Okay, okay. Monitor mount hole. And the other one is equals, right? Oh no, it's mirrored, which is good enough. Close this guy. We don't need this guy anymore. Come back up here. Make sure that we're at the end. Come back to the sketch. There we go. On our mount hole. Never mind. Make you equal. Equal to that. And at this point, we... how do we want to do this? Because this guy wants to pre-print it upside down was the point, the whole entire point of what all that I was talking about. So I'm gonna toss just this in here for reference. It almost should go like this, and I did that off to a side just so I can get this perpendicular without having to delete words, use them. What happened here? Why are you stuck there? Oh, I accidentally got you winky dinked. There you go. There we go. Tangent, tangent. You were supposed to be centered on that. Why aren't you centered on that? There we go. And then this collinear. And actually, you know what? Let's do that. And then just go through. How do I guess I just put a point in here. Put this point in here and then quick ink that point. There we go. All right, cool. So we can do this, and I'll leave that corner off for right now. How do we get this far from the... Oh, did I use the sketch center? I guess I used the sketch center, the origin, instead of a tangent plane. Okay. Finish sketch. Let's see if we can't... There we go. All right. Let us see if we can't reassign that. Origin. That guy. 180. Yes. There we go. And we attempt to reassign the sketch plane without losing everything. We lost everything. Goodbye. We will fix it. Deleted. Projected. Turn that plane off. And turn the body off. You go here. You go here. And what is the last thing? Okay, that's what it is. Parallel. And... Oh, and we're upside down. Right? I'm not going insane, right? Yes, we are. So that needs to be deleted. That needs to be tangented. And that needs to be linear. Linear. There we go. Finish. Okay. So. And we should be able to go backwards. Just do this without any issues. Because we have 4mm wall thickness. We can just drop that back here. Okay. And mirror that guy. Okay. And that is the top half. Now, we can grab the monitor. And align. That guy. That guy. Rotate. Flip. Rotate. There we go. So, there that is. Now, the only question is whether or not we wanted to extrude this front face out and then sandwich these tabs in between. Let me take a quick look at one of those pictures of one of those monitors. Can I get a better view of it? Not on this one. Let's find a different one. Okay, they're like 2mm. I kind of feel like it would help. The other reason I'm looking at this is to see what kind of space we have to work with. And it does look like we have enough space in front of the PCB that the monitor is mounted on to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Back up here, grab the sketch, turn the sketch on. Let us drop a box in here. Turn that off. This 3mm I'm happy with it. I think I am. We probably can use it. So there. Yeah, let's just keep on going. No, I really should do this over here. And then tangent over here. Finish. We're going to change this extrusion to be two-sided. And that we can go 2 plus 3, and we can go 3 here and join. And let me hop back up into here. PCB thickness, monitor, PCB thickness. Technically speaking, I don't think they're 2mm, but I'm going to use 2mm for the time being. Again, we'll update the important numbers when I actually get one of these monitors. But for the time being, PCB thickness, we could just work with what we have because it's easy enough to change the parameters after we're done. Clear all this out. And PCB monitor thickness. Turn the body back on, turn it into a cut. And then, so the PCB, the monitor here rather, the PCB on the monitor is pressed up right against that for right now. I think I probably, looking at the PCB, so on this one, you do have the clearance there. Let me check another one. On this other one that I'm looking at, can I see the back side of the PCB, please? No. Okay, try to find another one. That one, Let's see if they show the back of the PCB on this one. Okay, it does, and there are things in the way on this one. Funny thing is that it looks like, so this third one I pulled up looks like it might have additional mounting slots on it, mounting spots, which is interesting. It looks like it has built-in standoffs is what it looks like it has on the back of the PCB, but it's actually clearly showing it mounted at the bottom of the screen. Huh. So, to be on the safe side, let us just, well, let me finish what I'm doing here. Turn this monitor off. Wait. Dang it. There we go. I wanted to offset these a little bit to make sure there's no interference, is what I wanted to do. Minus 0.2. Okay. And then we're going to come back here. I'm going to add a +1 to this one. 1 millimeter is probably enough, right? We'll do 1.5 because I'm a scaredy cat. And then from this one, we'll do an offset of 1.5. There we go. And that should be good. Now, let's slide this along back. And mirror the rest of that as well. Whoops. Okay. My bad. Stop. Alright, cool. So now the PCB will offset by a little bit from the top one, and we just need the bottom one. The question is... So it'd be really easy to just copy this over. It'd be really easy, but... mount... But I'd have to jump through a couple hoops. So basically, I'd delete this, do the rest of this extrusion, and then I'd have to come back in and add the top 4 millimeters that's running across the top here all the way across. Those are the extra hoops I'd have to jump through. Is that worth it? It might be worth it, honestly. No. Okay. So basically, if I think about dragging this down, so let us pretend like I did that. So pretend this is open at the top here, and then this is cut off at the top here. If I just drag it down, then obviously the mounting holes are on the wrong side, so it's got to be mirrored. But if I mirror it, then the mounting holes are at the bottom of the bottom collar, and I think they'd be better off at the top of the bottom collar. That's my personal opinion. So, for that reason, I'm just going to redraw it. Draw a new design for it. So. Let us grab this guy, up here. Grab that guy, grab a construction plane off the bottom of that guy, and then create a new component, and we are almost done. This is the bottom mount. Do that, grab that plane, project out the MT. Okay, actually, don't do that. We can do that one, but not the other one. Turn you off. Center. Toss the 4 millimeters back in there. And extrude that. And then we do the front side just like we did the top side. 20 millimeters is what we're looking for. Let me just make sure that we're going in the correct direction. Huh. Did I click the wrong one? Where is... Oh, that is okay. 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 We're cool. Just scaring myself. That's all. All right. There's that. Grab. I guess I'll just reuse the top bounce tangent plane. No reason not to, right? Direct that in. Toss these in. Monitor mounting hole. Make that that. Turn that guy back off. Turn that guy back off. Turn this body off. There we go. Toss this in here. Make that parallel to that. Toss this in here. Make that that and equal to that. Monitor X-hole spacing. Where's my center point? All right, well, we're gonna click that. Center it on that. There we go. And this guy will get printed upside down. Cool, you actually got perpendicular. I appreciate that. Linear. Now the tangents. Oh, shoot. That is why. Okay. Did I screw this up? That is an excellent question. Huh. Fascinating. Okay. I might have made a mistake earlier. We'll find out. It's not that big of a deal. If I did, I just gotta move where stuff is connected. Let me get this out of the way first. I just gotta move where stuff is connected, is all. There we go. Grab that, make sure that is on center. Make that quinkydink with that. Toss in my walls. Wall thickness. Tangent. Tangent. Collinear. Oh, I already have that in there? Okay. And actually tangent. That is not tangent. I'm rushing to get this done because we are literally just about there. And I'm starting to make my mistakes. This one. Two-sided. 3. That one is PCB thickness. Come on. PCB thickness plus 1.5 plus the wall thickness of 3. Join. Okay. Then actually, you know, maybe I will make this a sharp corner here for easier printing. I need that line in there. Yeah, okay, I do think I made mistakes here. Because this is my wall thickness here, but I should have had another one in here for the actual PCB. this one, I think I called this one 2 millimeters. And then this line right here, in theory, should actually be from that one. And I can leave the end open, that's fine. The only question is whether or not this thickness right here is valid. I need another one over here. I'm just gonna drop this out the side instead. Finish. Okay. Do that. Offset plane. 1.5. PCB. Okay. Offsets. Let me look back up this one because again, I think I kind of goofed this one up, but that one turned off. Monitor, there it is. Yeah, you see this right here? I was thinking that I goofed this up by not having this, by having this too thick. In my model right now, it looks like it's alright, but whether or not this lines up down here doesn't necessarily matter. I think I will change this. I was looking at how I had to draft that one, and or not draft it, but offset it, and I didn't really like how it looked. So we'll just do this instead. There we go. That. Okay, and then let me turn the monitor off. There's that. That's a lot cleaner. And now we can mirror this and we will be done. Features. Not that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay. Obviously, the placement of these guys ended up being off based on my monitor model, but all this stuff down here is adjustable, so that's not actually a big deal. To do that and that, and that in theory. So there we go. Again, look kind of funny in my opinion because the conduit is way larger than it needs to be, but the only reason it's that large is because I am compensating for a cell phone standing straight up right here. In any other situation, it would not need to be nearly that large. Turn that back on. All right, and we are officially done. The phone should sit right about here above the baseline. The back of the phone would be above the baseline, so I don't have to worry about any collisions here. This should all be fine in theory. Okay, in theory it's not fine. In theory it's not fine. But I will solve that. All that means is that, yeah, so basically what happened here is the tangent, not even the tangent, but how I positioned this is incorrect. So I had a tangent line. Oh, I see what happened here. Trying to figure this out. I was like, how exactly is that not right? But I see why. This guy needs to be moved forward. Translate 1.5. I think that should fix it. Yeah. So now it clears the collars and everything. There we go. That's that offset that I put in later. And now it's dead center of that. Yeah. There we go. There we go. So now it clears everything. The point being up here, I don't know if I definitely did not explain this whole entire mechanism. I just kind of said, oh yeah, this makes sense to me. So this rotates, the top and bottom one are fixed rigidly like this via these mounting holes. Okay, the top one can spin around the conduit. Okay, so that's our spinning. The bottom one just coasts and stays rigid. It also technically revolves around the conduit, but we're going to use the top one as the reference. This collar is going to be bolted straight through the conduit, so we can go ahead and make that rigid there. I really shouldn't have done child components, but that's okay. We're not going to cry too hard. So that's rigid, and that means that this bottom one, the bottom mount, cannot slide upwards past this collar. Meanwhile, the top one cannot slide downwards because it's capped at the top, right? So that's what keeps this only rotating in this direction and not sliding up and down at all. Those two mechanisms, the collar on the top and the... And I just realized this guy right here, because... Hold on. Yeah, okay, that's not moving. Because I bolted that, I'm saying that bolted all the way through, that will actually limit my ability to turn it this way. So the way we can fix that is by simply offsetting this further, right? So I can change this 1.5 offset to like whatever the thickness of this bolt is, or this nut is, and that would get us in front of it. So that's not that big of a deal. That is easy enough to fix. Otherwise, that's how it turns. And then obviously the rest of it is self-explanatory. We got these little teeth in here that stop it from sliding once it's get locked down. And everybody is happy. So that is the stream. I did start the stream a little bit later than I wanted to. I was hoping to get it started by 4. Basically, I was waiting for that cleaner for my whiteboard to come in. And it didn't come in till like 3:30. Actually, no, 3:15. 3:15 was when I got the notification. Therefore, I didn't plan the stream until... Well, I wouldn't have planned the stream until like 3:15. But I was going to originally do it at 4. I was going to set the stream up to premiere at 4 so that I'd have 2 hours between 4 and 6. However, I was working on a project and totally lost track of time. So I didn't end up setting the stream up until about 4 o'clock. And at that point, it was like, okay, well, I guess we're doing this stream at... doing the stream at 4:15 instead. So the stream got started later than I had wanted. It ran a little bit later than that. So let's assume that we subtract our 15 minutes that I lost there. That means that we would have gotten done at 6:35. It's currently 6:50 East Coast right now, PM. So we would have gotten done at 6:35, which would have been 35 minutes over my target time. But regardless, at least we got it all done in one stream, which is nice. I'm now thinking that I probably want to PCB, grab this on that, and then faces, LCD, just for the looks. Do we have black LCD? I don't see a black LCD, so we'll just do this on that. Okay. There we go. Alright, so yeah, anyway, all done. I'll get that printed up and, well, I won't get it printed up immediately. Again, gotta confirm a couple sizes. One, the actual diameter of 1/2 inch EMT, because that's not going to be exactly 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. I don't know why I keep on saying 1/4. And then the hole spacing and the thickness of the PCB. And also how far out these tabs stick. So I gotta confirm those things. And once I do that, also make the adjustment again so that this sits forward a little bit so that it clears this collar, so that the back of the monitor does not collide with the collar, the capture nut on the collar, since the capture nut on the collar is going to be originally fastened instead of set screwed. Again, the logic being there, in case you forgot, because that was 45 minutes ago, is that I do not want the set screw ever slipping. I want this to be absolutely 100% secure so I don't have to buy another monitor. So that was the idea. Anyway, we are done rambling now. Thank you guys for watching if you have been, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I will catch you next time.